made in Canada. G'day guys, how's it going? My name is AussieTash. Since starting this channel, I've learnt that Canada has contributed to so many really cool things in the world. Insulin, peanut butter, pineapple on pizza, and of course, William Shatner. So I'm really looking forward to this playlist and learning more about cool things that were made in Canada. But before we do, please make sure to jump on, hit that subscribe button. That would really help me out. Okay, let's go with episode 1, Made in Canada, the paint roller. Let's roll.
Made in Canada. Creative, innovative, and sometimes mind-boggling contributions Canadians have made to the world. Think about how long it would take to paint an entire building with just a brush.
Oh yeah.
Until 1940, that's how it was done.
Wow.
Then, Norman Breakey of Toronto, Ontario, created a simple roller that made painting faster than ever before.
That's cool, man.
He slid a cylinder of absorbent material onto a handle, dipped the cylinder in paint, and smoothed color onto walls in record time.
Wow.
Breakey could never produce enough rollers to make much money, and he didn't have the cash to patent his new invention.
Oh, that's a shame.
Other people took his idea, made a few changes, and patented the roller as their own.
Oh, that sucks, doesn't it?
The roller was an almost instant success, not only because it was easy and efficient, but because the Second World War caused a shortage of paintbrushes in North America.
Oh, okay.
Soon, painters across Canada and the United States were using paint rollers, but Breakey died without ever receiving a penny for his idea.
That's a shame, isn't it? That's a shame, isn't it, that Bricky died without getting any money for it? There was no Shark Tank back then, eh? You couldn't go to a television show and preach his idea. It's a really cool invention, but oh my gosh, I remember us painting our bedroom. We went to Bunnings and bought some paint rollers. It was awesome. That is a really cool invention. Not quite too sure if I knew that come from Canada, if I've seen it before, but I absolutely love it. Let's go on to the next one.
Made in Canada. Creative, innovative, and sometimes mind-boggling contributions Canadians have made to the world. Ever wonder how doctors operate on a beating heart? One trick is to slow the heart down.
Yeah.
In the 1940s, Canadian doctors did this with extreme cold, but they weren't sure what to do if the heart stopped working altogether. Electrical engineer John Hobbs from Winnipeg, Manitoba, began experimenting with radio frequency as a body warmer. And that's when he discovered that a stopped heart could be started again mechanically or electrically. He developed the world's first pacemaker in 1950. A pacemaker uses electrical pulses to prompt the heart to beat. Hobbs's pacemaker used vacuum tubes to create the pulses, and it needed to be plugged in to work. It was also 30 centimeters long and several centimeters high and wide, too big to fit inside a human body. But other inventors took Hobbs's invention and then used transistors in batteries to make the pacemaker smaller and portable. These days, pacemakers are as small as a quarter and are implanted directly into the human chest.
Okay, so I was familiar that the pacemaker was created by a Canadian electrician. That's pretty cool. But oh my gosh, back in the day, back in the 1950s, it was what, 30 to 50 centimeters long? They weren't putting that in your chest. Now, it's the size of a quarter. Absolutely incredible. And millions of people have them. They used to save probably millions and millions of lives every day. That is generally one of the coolest Canadian inventions ever, of all time. The whole world thanks you for that one, Canada.
Made in Canada. Creative, innovative, and sometimes mind-boggling contributions Canadians have made to the world. Have you said thank you to your pancreas lately? The pancreas is an organ behind your stomach. It makes insulin to help you use and store the sugar from your food. Diabetes is a disease that is caused by problems with insulin. For thousands of years, there was no successful treatment for this disease. People with diabetes eventually fell into a coma and died. In 1921, Dr. Frederick Banton of Alliston, Ontario, and Charles Best from West Pembroke, Maine, began working together at the University of Toronto to find out how to use insulin to treat diabetes. Dr. Banting's idea was to extract insulin from the pancreas and inject it into patients.
Okay.
Another scientist, Dr. James Bertram Collip, perfected the extract, and Banting and Best tried it out on diabetic dogs.
Oh, wow.
When the dogs' blood sugar levels dropped, Banting and Best knew their experiments were a success.
Oh.
They tried the insulin on humans with diabetes, and the results were dramatic. Soon, patients from near and far were traveling to Toronto to try out this miracle
Wow,
treatment.
they were traveling there.
Today, insulin has helped millions around the world.
I was familiar that insulin was created by two Canadian professors, doctors. Life-changing, world-changing development, wasn't it? Insulin is everywhere. It saves millions of lives every single day. What a cool invention. Again, the whole world thanks you for that, Canada.
Made in Canada. Creative, innovative, and sometimes mind-boggling contributions Canadians have made to the world.
How do ships avoid dangerous spots if captain and crew can't see a thing? In foggy places like St. John, New Brunswick, that was a problem until Robert Foulis invented the world's first steam-powered foghorn.
Oh, gosh.
It worked much like a tea kettle.
Yeah.
Compressed steam was forced out of a long pipe to produce a loud, whistling sound.
Oh, that's cool, man. That is
Foulis
so
spent
cool.
6 years trying to convince the Lighthouse Commission of St. John to install his foghorn at nearby Partridge Island. It was finally installed in 1859.
Wow.
Soon after, people around the world began to build horns for their own foggy ports. Sadly, Foulis never patented his invention, and he died in poverty in 1866. But the steam-powered foghorn served as a key navigational tool for over a century, until electronic aids became more common.
Wow, another really cool invention. I don't think I've actually seen a real-life foghorn before. Be pretty cool. When I go to St. John's, which I'm definitely going to, I'm going to get my photo taken with that foghorn. Pretty sad, but again, another cool invention, but he couldn't afford to patent it, so someone else took his work, and he died in poverty. Similar to the guy who created the paint roller. Still, really cool inventions. Canada, the world owes you so much.
Made in Canada. Creative, innovative, and sometimes mind-boggling contributions Canadians have made to the world. Metal screws used for fastening two objects together have been around for hundreds of years. But some types of screws are better than others. In 1908, a tool salesman named Peter L. Robertson from Milford, Ontario, cut his hand while trying to use a typical slot-headed screw and screwdriver. The injury led him to invent a new type of screw, one with a square-shaped head. The style was a huge improvement. The square-shaped socket on the screw's head made it much harder for a screwdriver to slip when in use.
Oh, okay.
And this, in turn, made fastening things much easier and faster. People in the construction industry were thrilled with this new Robertson screw.
Wow.
Robertson also invented the Robertson screwdriver to use with the screw, of course.
Okay, yeah, as you would. I don't really know a lot about tools and stuff like that, but it looks like from those pictures that it's used all around the world for building and construction, so that's really cool. I really enjoyed those episodes today. Love learning about more things that made and were created in Canada. There's some more videos to come. That was the video for today. If you liked it, please jump on, smash the like button, leave a comment, and remember to subscribe. That really helps me out. Cheers from down under. Take care. Bye.